Hey, it's Brian Therrien from the Disability Digest with a July recap that's got more good news in it than bad. First time in a while I've been able to say that. So what I'm going to do is reflect back on some of the highlights for July, how they're going to impact your ability to get your benefits, keep your benefits, and maximize your benefits, and some of those things that will roll into 2023. So here we go. Going to do the bad news first. Cost of living is out of control. The Wall Street Journal reported that the just groceries, food costs is up 13%. So for those of you that are on disability already and received your 5.9% COLA increase, it's getting eaten up. I probably don't need to tell you this. You're living it. So we're going to go through some tips at the end of this to help you out with that. And so in looking at what we see going forward, there will be a cost of living increase. Some speculate that it's going to be around 8.6%, but it's still catch up, right? You've been a whole year at 5.9, inflation at 13. So I still encourage you to make a move to offset that. There is, as we get close to the political midterms, there's a lot of different perspectives on what to do with Social Security. Some want to reduce it. Some want to merge it into the disability fund as its own separate fund that's solid, actually. It's funded for several years. I think it's up to 75. And they want to merge it into the general Social Security fund. Not good news, in my opinion. But my point is, a lot of people put comments in our, in our YouTube channel or support desks, and if you're going to bitch, make sure you vote and you know who you're voting for and the reason why, because it definitely can make a difference for your benefits. So that's one tip. I don't know if that falls into good news or bad news. On the disability approval side, for those of you that are going into the process or in it, a few things as a reminder, keep in mind. Over 1 million cases in the system right now, still a massive backlog. And Social Security was short-staffed after they came out of COVID, and they've hired new people to try to get that workload down. And I'm actually seeing some progress there, but point is, if you're in the system, you have to exercise a lot of patience. Still people out there waiting 15, 16, 17 months for an initial decision, while we see other people that are getting them in 4 or 5. So you need to have a plan to survive the wait is one of the best things for your Social Security approach. And the other tip that I have for you that we cover extensively is know exactly what you need to prove to get approved. And for those of you that are already on your benefits, same thing. Make sure you know what you need to prove to keep your benefits. It's good also to understand not only what you need to prove and what the goal is, but where you're at now, what's missing to develop your case. I still interview people every day that are going through the approval process, and even if they think they meet a listing or a blue book ruling, their case is still not. I haven't met one that's fully developed. So there's always, in my opinion, something that can be done to bring it to the next level to maximize the chances for winning. So understand what that is. Here at the Disability Digest, we help you understand that through our disability approval course. So, but that's key. Understand the process. There's no slam dunks out there, folks. So just make sure that you don't presume that your case is on autopilot and everything's taken care of. So that kind of wraps up my, if you will, bad news or not so good news. Now let's go on to the good news. Now, although there is a backlog at Social Security and the criteria for getting cases approved has, in my opinion, in the last few years gotten more difficult, there is good news. And the good news is, in some ways, in 2 specific ways, it's going to get easier to get your benefits and keep your benefits. And that's because of a new medical record regulation called the CARES Act. Part of the disability approval challenge, or for continuing disability reviews, is medical records and the inconsistency of the medical records in that not everything is reported. So here's a good takeaway for you to do right now is go into your patient portal at this point in time right now and take a look at what's in there, like patient notes. There's no billing information that's in there yet. And then continue to monitor it as we roll through October and November, because what this regulation is that everything needs to be in your patient portal. It is the right of a patient to have all of their records, and historically you haven't. So how does that have a negative impact on trying to get approved in the past? Well, if Social Security is not able to see all the evidence that is going to influence your case, it makes it difficult for them, or anybody really, to have an accurate opinion on, are you treated by a doctor? Do you have diagnosis? Do you have limitations? Because it's not in the medical records. So that's very encouraging. So this is called, it's CURES. I'll put a link below this. What's it going to do and how it's going to help you. So that's huge. Next thing is good news that we learned in July is that if you have medical record debt, the credit reporting agencies are going to be removing this if they haven't already. Certain types of debt, there's 3 different types, and I've done a separate video on this. But what that means is with that debt reduced, it can increase your purchasing power. It can increase your ability to loan, to refinance, to consolidate other debt that you might have. So that's really good news. Other things that I see are going to be positive as we go into 2023 is the Medicare Part B premium. There's going to be there's ways to reduce that, but it's $170.10 now. And if you're watching this video and you're not approved yet, then just keep that in mind that when you become Medicare eligible, your Part A is free, but there's a premium for your Part B, which is $170.10. I expect that's going to come down. Some people speculate in the 140s. So that'll definitely be helpful. There's also other ways that you can reduce that. If your income is below $1,500 a month, you may be eligible for extra help, which is, for Medicaid recipients, they fall into this category where it's a need-based program, and the state will actually eliminate or pay for your Part B premium. So that's a huge help. If that is not applicable, then there's companies that are aggressively doing what's called a Part B buyback. We saw that increase in this past year, but the new plans that are going to be coming out, I expect it will be even a better buyback. So what that does is they'll offer you $100 rebate or $120, or seen $143 rebate on $170 premium, simply by going into their plan, and their plan has other benefits associated with it. So those are some of the key things that we see. Historically, the Medicare Advantage plans, which most people are on here at the Disability Digest, they have been increasing in quality. And when I mean quality, they have additional benefits like that Part B buyback. A few years ago it was $75, and people were getting a big wow out of that. But now it's become much more. And then there's shopping credits, and there's dental, and there's other benefits that are there. So these insurance companies that are offering these Medicare Advantage plans are doing well. And in order to be competitive, they need to increase their portfolio. So stay tuned for, I think, the next, say, 30 days or so. It's going to be the most important snippet of time for you to understand where you're at now on your benefits. And even if you're going through the approval process, this will still help you understand the process. But where you're at now and what you will be entitled to. And in the month of September, we have a variety of events planned live, and then some replays where you'll be able to understand what your options are and how you can improve your position for 2023. So make sure you stay tuned for that. In July, we did a lot of work to help people understand what they can do to supplement their income. And supplementing your income, getting started, strategy, what you can do as you go through the approval process, or maybe you're somebody out there that's working full-time and you just want to pivot into another career. So we've gone through that, but once you're approved, you can definitely work. I think it's a great thing to do, make a little extra money, make a difference. So point is, we have interviewed people, we have learned different ways in which you can supplement your income and keep your benefits. And we have, in a series of Wednesday live events, we've revealed these. And you might be listening to this and say, man, I can't do anything. And that could very well be it. But I mean, even if you can go somewhere and lie on your back and donate plasma, you can supplement your income. If you can shop, become a mystery shopper, super easy and fun to do, you can supplement your income. Then there's people that have done that all the way through freelancing, which we've spent 2 weeks going through freelancing, taking an existing skill. Maybe it's an administrative skill that you have or a leadership skill, and going out and freelancing and getting paid for doing that. Others like Josh and Matt and Jonah, they have YouTube channels that are going. They produce a video or 2 a day, and it fits perfectly within the schedule with somebody with limitations. Other people like Michelle, who have started their own website. So have a look for those things, different things to do. If you're new here checking this out and you stayed all the way to the end, thank you very much. We encourage you to join us, and how you can get involved and learn more about the work we do is you can subscribe and ring the bell. And of course, if you like this work, share it with others. But the best way we can help you is if you join us or update your membership. There'll be a link around this video, and there's no charge for your membership. And how the membership works is you complete a profile. It's a few questions. It helps us understand where you're at. Like, you're trying to get your benefits, or maybe you're trying to keep them. You had a continuing disability review, or you're being pinched by the inflation and you want to maximize them and you're already approved. It puts you into a different category, so we understand, first of all, where you're at. And then a few more questions help us understand like what you would like to do. With that, we can direct you to information. In often cases, we've got live support either via email or somebody on the phone or Wednesday live events. So we can really zero in, and that's how we've been able to get the results that we have and help people get approved fast. We've helped people that have had their disability reviews. We help them get them reversed. We've helped people by reviewing their benefits and understanding where they're at now and what they're entitled to. Commonly, on average, it's $3,300 a year, and benefits and services that they are either entitled to or they've been paying for and they shouldn't, that we can put them in a different position. So we encourage you to join us. Hope you found this helpful. Again, it's been Brian from the Disability Digest. Make it a great day.